What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bar Drinks and Entrees. This is the Impromtu podcast and Bar Drinks and Entrees tonight. This is the COVID-19 edition or coronavirus edition, man. So my name is James.
I'm Kenny, and we're here bringing casual conversations to life. I got to my right.
Same name.
Bella.
And I'm Bobby.
Akia. D.
So before we get into any conversations that we're going to talk about in the happy hour, first thing I want to ask everybody if they want to promote anything or if they got anything going on. I know right now people have been kind of sheltered in and everything like that, but I want to make sure we got something going on, man. I see D to my left is raising her hand already, so go ahead.
Are we in
My
school?
mixtape is dropping. And at the store near you. One side I'm singing, other side I'm rapping. Pick it up.
Nice.
Yes.
What's the name of your mixtape?
COVID.
Wait, yo.
Oh my goodness, man. Kid, do you have anything?
I do not. You guys wash your hands and stay healthy and clean. Stay in the house, please, so I can go out of town again.
Bobby, what about you?
No, just want to reiterate what Akia just said. Just make sure everybody stays safe and you do your due diligence to make sure that you are exercising personal.
Social distancing.
There we go.
Okay.
Stay back, people.
What about you, Bella? Anything you want to promote?
I always got something to promote now.
Go ahead.
So let's see. I can promote some music because I'm in the studio doing that. BellaMusicWorld.com. Check it out. And if you need to get your money right, Cabinet.com. Financial advisor. My left and right brain work equally in harmony together.
Cool. So,
That's what's up.
I heard you say something about getting your money right. So, can you say that one more time? What was it?
Cabner.com.
Spell it.
Kabner. Come check me out.
Okay, and what you do with that? You saying get your money
I'm a
right?
financial advisor, so I help people get their meet their financial goals,
Okay.
retirement,
Nice.
savings, educational planning,
Nice.
Cool.
investing, all of that.
Definitely might need to talk to you off camera,
Yes.
man. 'Cause I got some debt I need to take care of.
You didn't even know that, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even
We can
know
help you
That's
with
what's up.
that.
Definitely need to
That's
take
what's
care
up.
of some debt. Like they said, man, though, stay safe. As you can see, we trying to stay safe here. We do have a bathroom to our side of us, so we are washing our hands. But in the meantime, man, we on our
All right.
James gonna get us robbed.
on our refreshing gel, which is our hand sanitizer, man. So make sure you keep your hands
You
clean.
got the Purcell.
For real.
I ain't know nothing about no hand sanitizer brands. So Kia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? You working at a hospital? How you get off, sister?
So I'm not off. I'm still on my regular schedule. I work in the NICU, so I
What's
work
NICU?
neonatal intensive care unit. So I work with the babies. Our unit is pretty much like the cleanest unit in the hospital because the babies never left.
Okay.
So the problem with our unit is that like the parents come in and then we go home too. So we could potentially bring the virus to the baby. So we're taking like certain precautions. Like we have to, if we've been out of the state, I've been out of the state. So now when I go back, I have to wear a mask and do like all this stuff, take my temperature for 14 days. But the hospitals are crazy. So please do not go to the hospital unless you have a fever or a cough. You don't want to potentially get the virus from somebody who's there, who has it. I know it's allergy season. I know a lot of people have allergies. They think they have this virus and they could potentially be infecting themselves by going to the hospital. So stay home, eat, drink, have fun.
Okay. So
Kai.
that's being as though you do work at the hospital, and like he was asking, how did you get off? But like how? So I was assuming you'll be an essential employee, being as though you at the hospital.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to? Because
How do I manage to
get off? Like, because I would assume that you have to be there every day, being as though you are an essential employee.
No, I mean, we still have to go to work. I work 3 days a week,
Okay.
12-hour shifts.
Okay.
That's what it is. Like, if I want to pick up shifts, I can. My unit isn't busy, and I'm not about to volunteer to go to the ER. I don't even know adults.
Oh, okay.
You know, but I mean, if they needed us to like screen people, they will put us to screen people, and I think it's probably gonna move there. Go
Cool.
ahead.
So, D, how you staying sane with the COVID-19 right now?
Chilling. I'm a dental assistant. We stopped seeing patients, but we still went in to like clean up, organize the office or whatever. But so to be on the payroll was essential to me,
Gotcha.
But other than that,
So y'all, how long y'all close?
so the 30th, and then we're only seeing emergencies.
So the 30th of March.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby, what about you? What's your how you been staying sane right now?
Say hi.
Well, with me, at the FDA, so I get constant updates on what's going on, and just watching the news and not making sure that I don't get the false hope that a lot of people who might not have inside information would receive. So for me, it's just about staying connected to the FDA, and at the same time making sure that my families and friends know facts from fiction.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bella, what about you? Why you been staying sane doing this right now?
I think I've been social distancing myself for a long time.
Until now.
I've been a germaphobe for self-professed for about 30 years.
Okay.
So that part for me was not odd. I think the business aspect was a little different. I'm self-employed, so I don't have the luxury of a paycheck every
being on
2
the payroll,
weeks.
that's what-
Yeah, I'm not on a payroll. Well, I take that back. I do teach part-time. I teach a financial literacy course at Prince George's Community College, but it's very part-time, so it's not like paying any bills, So that's been a little quirky, trying to getting my clients to agree to Skype meetings, so that I can meet with them, and we can. Although I did apps online like that before, Skyping meetings with clients, I still was obligated. We're obligated to physically see the client, physically touch their ID.
Gotcha.
And now because of this, the companies have allowed us now to do that virtually.
Gotcha.
So that's helped,
Cool. Kenny, what about you, man?
Man, this whole thing, I'm a homebody anyway, so I'm always home and watching everything. But it's funny to me how I pay attention more to the White House briefings. I was watching Martin one day, and my phone alerted me that Donald Trump was speaking. I literally turned it off of Martin and put it on. Just
Comedy at his best.
comedy, man. The way, it's funny the way he carried those people, the reporters, is the way Martin used to carry the callers. They call it, so you see, the way he just the terrible question. He said Comcast, not Comcast. I say Comcast.
I say he told the boy he should be ashamed of himself. So.
Yeah, but just
Trump dumb, y'all.
yeah,
Funny.
just spending time with the fam and just soaking it all in.
Okay, cool. For me, I guess the same as everybody. With us, Park and Plan, I work for Park and Recreation. We're closed until May. We're
Dang.
We're closed.
Yeah.
They
You
said
getting paid?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
That's
no more-
good.
That's his center.
As long as you're getting paid.
Nah, but it was
Yeah.
crazy though because we closed. Initially we closed from March 16th through the 31st. The 31st of March. Then they sent another email out saying April 30th, and so we've been closed. We're closed till May, and it's different because for us we tell it. So they give us the option to telework or we can go in for 4 hours. And so for me, I'm doing both. I'm teleworking and going in for 4 hours. And what was crazy about it, we have part-time staff. So just them trying to get paid and figuring out that situation and how will they get paid, and so far they've given them 40 hours of distant leave. Social hours
Wow.
distant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Leave, and I thought that was good because it helped them out because now they have leave because they don't really get to accumulate as much leave as we get to accumulate. So it would have been a situation where you don't work, as they say, you don't work, you don't eat.
Right.
So
You don't work, you don't eat.
My job did the same
so-
thing too. There was 2 weeks. But we have a deadline with it.
Okay, so for us, and it's no deadline. They just got it is a deadline, but you got to use it. You got until December 31st.
Oh,
to
wow.
use the
Ours was
leave.
May. I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
so
well,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be there Monday, Tuesday.
So it was good for me because I didn't. What was beautiful about that is that I do get to still telework, so I don't have to use my leave and
That's what's up,
things
man.
like that. Because, like I said, for me, when it comes to work, man, leave is that's big.
Right.
That working
That's ain't
working
that.
9 to 5 at work, and we work for our leave, so we
Right.
can take it. So we
Right.
don't want to burn it when you don't have control
I know
to
that's
burn it.
right.
That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, ain't nothing nice than working from home. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
I get you, yeah, because you do work from home. Another thing that's been tripping me out, like, you know what I mean, with trying to stay sane is no sports, man. Like,
Yeah.
This should be March Madness time right now.
Yeah.
I'm watching, I'm binge watching Love is Blind.
Wow, you know what? I ain't gonna lie though.
Yeah.
I binge watch
Yeah.
Love is Blind too.
Yeah.
But like no sports. Just seeing the stores.
All right.
Like have y'all been grocery shopping and whatnot?
I am.
How's it looked out there?
It was okay where I was. I was at a Target and I was at a Wegmans. Both were okay. Even Wegmans put the little tape down on the ground, like stay back. This is the space that you should be staying from each other. So that was good. We've been to a couple other places that I'm looking at. Y'all are not practicing real social distancing.
Since I walked in at CVS and that man did one of these.
Yeah, see, that's a problem.
And then
That's a problem.
Are you serious?
Ill.
I can't do that, man.
I'm done.
Coronavirus.
At first, I was still living normal, whatever. But that threw me off. It was like, you got games on your phone. And just one of those. Those games.
What he say? You got games
One
on
of
your
those.
phone?
You got games on your phone. No. I said no.
Yeah.
And then that was it for me. That was it.
What about you, kid? Like, what are you missing? Like, just being kind of not necessarily trapped in the house because we still can go out, but like just the change in America, period. Like,
I miss being social, period. Like, I live by myself. So, in Richmond, we have like a friend group or whatever. We go out and stuff, but now everything's closed. And then I'm in the house all alone. It's like, damn, pretty much. So, I miss going out, like socially interacting with people, not necessarily partying.
I got you. Bobby, what about you, man? What do you miss? Or what's kind of like I said, no sports. You may find yourself watching something totally different, or just being in the house 24/7. What is?
For me, it's definitely finding a project to do, but especially since I'm now a new homeowner.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
We're going to drink to that. Toast to that right there. Yes, finally, right?
Right.
Yeah,
real retarded.
Yeah,
So-
we got one piece of good news out of somebody.
Uncle Murder
Started with Kobe.
And the only thing I'm thankful for the coronavirus for is my low interest rate.
That Jane was like that.
The stuff you appreciate as an adult.
Yeah. Other than that, sports has been a blow to me. I just realized how much my life is consumed by sports, not having any on.
Yeah.
My only excitement now is to find out if they're going to have this Olympic for the summer.
I'm
watching.
I need the summer
It's
to
supposed to
I need
be.
to have Olympics.
Olympics.
But it's in Japan. Like, can we go somewhere else?
Right.
Everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it's in Tokyo,
Because
right?
it's
Yeah.
nothing, no other
hell
place
no.
is prepared for.
No,
So,
no way.
Tokyo, they built this great.
Can they
Facility.
postpone it to like the
I'll get pushed
top of
back.
the year?
They're waiting for.
But you gotta think about
according
track.
to 45.
Hold on, what you say?
According to 45, the president
Yeah.
or whoever, the prime minister of
Right.
Japan, has to decide whether or not they're going to postpone it. I mean,
you
June
gotta-
is right around the corner. That's not really.
Right.
You got to think about like it has to
Travel
be.
arrangements,
I think the problem with the Olympics is it's a summer type of sport, so you got to wait for like track season is in the summer.
Yeah.
So they'll have to do it 2021. That'll probably be the first in history ever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I would hate to be an Olympic athlete right now
Yeah.
because you
'Cause
don't
you
know
wait
whether
4
to stop
years.
training.
Yeah.
And you wait for
Or-
you.
Right.
They have to
And
stop.
you've been-
I read
you've
an
been
article. I read an article that said they had to stop training because they closed all the
Yeah,
facilities.
because
Yeah.
the facilities
And
are shut
so
down.
people like other countries are saying they need to cancel the Olympics or postpone it because the athletes don't have time to
it's
prepare.
not fair.
Okay.
It
and they
wouldn't
just
be
makes
can't
fair.
sense.
train.
Yeah.
And they don't because they think about it like gymnasts can't do.
Yeah.
You can't
I mean,
clean.
you figure they closed all the facilities for the basketball players and everything.
Yeah.
Like, speaking
But
of
they are
which,
testing
how y'all
positive.
feel about that? We in PG County, man, and supposedly Kevin Durant got the coronavirus.
I don't feel no way.
You know
I
what?
don't either.
I have a hard time feeling sad for millionaires.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
Because they got this test They're getting tested. These athletes are getting a privileged test.
So another thing I want to talk about when it comes to this COVID-19, I know a couple people here got kids. I know Bobby, you got kids, Bella.
Yes.
And of course, Kenny and D. You know what I mean? Y'all got kids. So D, let me come to you first. What do you think about the schools being closed? Do you think they're gonna close schools for the rest of the year? Or?
I'm not sure how long this is about to last, but I do have a new respect for teachers.
And why you say that?
Because the attention span of these children and getting them to do this packet
For sure.
is terrible.
I already know.
Gotcha.
So that's my standpoint.
Bella?
Well, I have a high school student and a college student.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's funny because when things first started, my college student was on spring break. And so then they said, okay, the next week, which is this current week,
Right.
we just gonna chill for a minute. Then when we come back, we'll go to an online thing. So he's cool. My youngest, he takes an online class already, like one class they already have set up that he takes an online class. They did the same thing. They were like, this week, we just not doing anything until, I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So he's literally been taking this a little too much like he's on break and he's sleeping till 2. I said, you have that this week.
Gotcha.
And that's it. Then next week we're gonna have to roll into you getting back up at the normal time that you do. I have had him doing work, but it is what it is. I would rather he be home safe.
Yes.
And not because you just don't know what other people. That's my whole thing. I don't. So
Bobby.
I'll be brief on mine. I just had my son. He had the flu.
Gotcha.
Prior to all this, and with that virus, it really took a toll on him. So I respect viruses and all that they can do to your body, as well as different type of infection that can set in once you actually have a virus. So for me, I'm glad that schools are closed and that they're taking a precautionary measure, because it's almost like having a kid in daycare. If they got a cold or somebody else has a cold, everybody has a cold and coming home with runny nose and whatnot. So I think it's a good idea that they actually closing the school. That's all I have to say on that.
especially with his immune system already having been affected just recently. I mean, it's just a few weeks ago, so we don't want it. That was cool. Shut it down.
Yeah, just keep the kids home. They know I'm overprotective, so I'm all about keeping the girls home. But yeah, their attention span is something that I gotta deal with. You know what I'm saying? But just keep, just better be safe than sorry, man. So,
Gotcha. For me, I'm just looking at it, how it affect me. I don't have kids, but like, I don't know if they're gonna open school back up. Like,
But you work with a lot of kids, right?
yeah, I do, but we closed right now, so they don't have an outlet but the house. So like, they don't have that outlet to come to the community center. But what I was thinking, like, if they don't open schools back up, like, we may not have summer camps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's the problem.
And it can kind of start the new wave of year-round school, where now they just only taking breaks during the year instead of them going to school.
Summer breaks, winter breaks.
They might have summer break, winter break, fall break, spring break, instead of it being just a summer break and things like that, a year-round school. Which, I mean, I know some schools already do it, but I think that's something that may happen. But I don't know if they're gonna open school back up. I don't think they will. I mean, right now I know DC is closed to April 27th. I know they haven't made a decision in Maryland as of yet, but I know we closed to April 30th. So I don't know how it's gonna play out. And I definitely think that they're gonna, extend Maryland to, until they kind of get a handle on it and everything like that. But I mean, other than that, man, COVID-19, man, 2020 has been crazy, man. Like,
Yes, it
I
has.
just think we've seen a lot of crazy stuff, and starting off with 2020, like, it's been a crazy year.
Yes,
It's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. This wasn't my expectations for
Okay.
2020.
In March.
Lit.
It's March.
So,
My 30th
Uncle
year.
Murder,
Like,
you know
dang,
how
it
he always
started.
do the recap?
Yeah.
Bro, his first 4 months going to be lit.
it's lit already.
My birthday is in 2 weeks, and
Wow.
it's gonna be real.
like, I had a homeboy.
All my plans
He had a
canceled.
housewarming. last week, and then I had another homeboy who got married. Kurt, he got married Friday.
Oh, wow.
So like that was just the thing.
Yeah,
like,
just think about the kids with the senior prom and
and that's another thing with the
graduations
kids,
and stuff.
Graduation.
Yeah.
So like even if they open, I think they're gonna I guess now that I think about it, they may have to open school because like for the seniors, do you punish them because
Yes.
of it? I know, but like, do you have to start all over? Do you have to do like
No.
how do you graduate? You know what I mean?
They're gonna graduate.
No, they
I
gonna
know they
graduate.
graduate, but they still need a certain amount of credits, a certain amount.
They're gonna pass.
They gonna get them
because they're
they gonna
doing
get
it
'em.
online.
Okay.
Yeah, they gonna
And
get them.
the only thing that I feel for them, they don't get to see their senior prom.
Yeah.
They don't get to walk across
That's
the stage.
the
for
that's
first
the
time.
thing that I would.
Because
That's
I think I want to
hate.
say I don't know. I think I read something that said that Maryland canceled all graduations already or something.
Oh my goodness.
But I don't know if I don't know if I
I definitely
I don't
haven't
know. My
heard that
mom
for
told me that,
DC.
but you know she
I
be
just-
looking at
like-
Facebook.
Yeah.
Old people be believing everything
Oh my
Facebook
God,
tell
old
them.
Hey, but like, I know that for me, like Showplace Arena, I don't know if the schools pay for that space, but if they do pay for that space, because Park and Planning, that's a part of Showplace Arena, is a part of Park and Planning. I don't know if they don't. That's a lot of money, revenue they're losing too. Just like us for summer camp, we're gonna lose a lot of revenue.
And can you think about like some of my coworkers? They have kids, but we're essential,
Yeah,
so they're at home,
I know.
and so it's like
But yeah,
babysitters closed, daycare's closed,
Yeah,
but we still have to go to work, like
I know.
regardless, because we have to take care of
gotcha.
the planet.
So I mean, enough about the COVID,
That's the
man.
professional.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, man,
it's
man,
a lot.
Oh, it get depressing after a
I'm
while.
under control.
Yeah,
I'm out.
it's-
Look, let's take a
I'm
drink.
not-
God got me.
Take a drink.
Enough about
I
COVID,
drank
man.
all
I
my
don't want to necessarily bog us down with that, man. So moving on, like I said, man. Sorry we don't have any entrees because this was impromptu.
Got popcorn.
We got
Them chips over there.
Nuts, chips.
We got chip.
We got popcorn.
We all
I
stopped
grabbed
eating,
that.
but those two over there. We don't know how the mic is going to pick up the backfeed of them chewing popcorn. But,
Shit.
okay.
Check one.
You know, I just had to say that.
I waited till my
I'm just saying, all we gonna hear is chewing. So we apologize, audience, but we got some guests who just don't listen.
Shit
So
ain't
it
that
don't
bad.
even matter, but at the end
My
of the
sister
day,
and my wife.
Right.
Common denominator.
Common denominator.
should have had yogurt and applesauce.
Right.
But,
Y'all shouldn't have called it
I
bargains
like
and entrees.
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
yeah. But moving forward, first round. So first round is on you, Kia. So pick a question. First round on you. Pick a question and pass it to myself or Kenny. All right. I'll read it. That you can read it, Kenneth.
All right.
Kenneth.
Kenny, James
Kenneth.
McCrae.
Kenneth.
Would you delete your social media for a relationship? And what we're gonna do is start with
Whoever you want to start with.
DeAndrea.
So, okay.
Ooh.
Since I'm saying full names.
Ouch. Kenneth DeAndrea.
So D,
Yes.
would you delete your social media for a relationship? Now you're married
Right.
to the guy that's one of the co-hosts of the show.
Right. I mean,
also
if
a
it's
social
if it's
media
an imminent
fiend.
like threat, I guess. I feel like if you come to me wanting me to delete my social media, that means you have insecurity.
First of all, I never asked you to delete your.
I know.
So,
But
put that out there.
I'm
Like,
saying
I
if
can
it
feel
came
it.
to me,
I
I
can
feel
give
like
a
I
shit.
want to get the underlying issue of the social media. Like, what do you
Why you want?
like? Why?
Okay.
You know.
So D, would you? I mean.
I like social media.
But the thing about this,
entertainment.
but if he asks you, you know what I mean, like, hey, listen, I don't.
I feel like I will investigate more and then answer.
Wow.
So I don't know.
you don't. So what you saying? Are you saying that social media is?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, that's my entertainment, especially now. Like,
I get it now with what's going on, but
but I feel like if it's an imminent threat, okay, I would.
You would?
Yeah, I would. If
What,
Kenny
like,
comes
what
to me
kind
and
of
say,
imminent threat?
I don't know if he feels, but at the same time, I want to
'Cause-
I want to get down on what he's
Yeah,
feeling. Like,
like-
what insecurity do you have
But
with
don't-
my social media?
I wouldn't give in though. Because I would say that.
But this is if
it
you
will
would.
grow, it
Like,
will
would
grow.
I?
It will grow into something else. You in that, then it'll be something else.
but I'm just asking.
That's true, too.
But I was just asking in the sense of.
This is very relationship like E.
It is.
It went back and forth real quick.
But hey man, that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of
relationship.
I would try to get to the root before I erase my social media. Basically.
Okay. So,
Like, I need to get to the root of why you feel this way.
Can I answer?
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm like, because this is really like.
I mean, we're going to come to Kenny too as well.
I get it. I will absolutely not erase my social media for any man. Sorry. But I mean, I feel like if you're insecure, like, maybe you're not the man for me. I mean, I'm not doing anything on my social media that my man could be jealous about. Like, okay, I don't get it. Like, I wouldn't erase it.
So you don't think so? Like, I mean, for your merge, if it was to say your merge, say your relationship, you don't think that you're like, you know what, I cherish him more than I cherish my social media. So
why is he asking me to delete it? Because it has to be insecurity.
It could be a lot,
or some type of self-esteem, and I don't got no like. That's you.
It could be a lot.
That's yourself.
No.
I can help you to get through your insecurities, but I'm about to delete my Instagram to help.
It doesn't. Okay.
Let's say he sees you talking to an old fling.
Okay, but you don't
block,
trust it.
delete, block,
not trust
whatever.
me?
I mean, but I don't have to delete my entire.
I'm not about to get.
Bella, we're gonna come to you. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not about to delete my social media for no man. Like, if you feel that insecure, then that's. I mean, I don't want to say that's on you. Like, if it's my, if I'm in love and stuff, I'm gonna be like, look, baby, like.
But just like you expect someone. No, but just like you said, no, you're not deleting it for no one. But what if he say, he wants you to respect? He has a rule, not a rule, but more say like we feel like it should be an agreement that we don't talk to our old flings, like our old exes.
So I cannot. It's a trust issue. It's a trust issue. I can't control. First of all, I'm not reaching out to nobody on social media that's not reaching out to me or somebody that I already know. Right. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not about to go after no man. So that's on you. I'm not about to so I can post pictures or whatever. I can get like hard eyes or whatever. Right. That's not on me. They did that.
Okay, so
I don't gotta like it. I don't have to respond. I don't even like the shit I get now. But
so what you're saying is when you're in a relationship, if somebody slides in your DMs, you don't respond.
Do you want to see my DMs right now?
No, I don't.
All of them are not responded to, and I'm not in a relationship. I'm just saying, like.
No, I'm just asking.
No, I'm not going to respond. Like, I'm not about to disrespect my man. Like, if it's my man, I'm not going to disrespect them.
But you're not going to delete your social media either.
I'm absolutely not going to delete it because of your insecurity.
Bella.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Now, have I blocked people? Absolutely. Okay. There have definitely been people who first of all, I don't use the messenger thing like on Facebook. So I don't get that until after a while, like, oh shoot, let me get on a real computer and go in there and check, and then I'll see all kinds of stuff. So by the time I done seen that, it was months before, after it happened anyway. Nobody really checks for me like that, but I have had instances where people have been really out of pocket. Okay. But for me, because I'm very clear. Because I'm very clear and I've always been this way. I know where I am, period. Which means I know who I'm with. So you out of order. I've had people, not only social media, but just on text, because you know how, you dudes know how to do, I ain't seen you in a minute, but let me just kind of slide through and see, check on it. How you doing? We all good over here. Okay. I can shut people down. I know how to shut you down and move on by my business. So no, I would not I would not delete my social media per se. But I absolutely
because that's your way of marketing too.
Yeah, I mean, because I got on it for business purposes, for whatever reason I'm on it for. I'm not on there, half naked or all of that kind of stuff. So I'm not being a thirst trap. So that's what I'm not doing. But I absolutely will will shut people down.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that because I did hear. Hold up, we're gonna come back to that because I did hear kids say she posts thirst traps.
So what about,
Hold up.
what about you, Bob?
I'm gonna be brief so we can go back to that. No, I would not delete my social media account. And as everybody else agreed, that person have self-esteem issues.
Right.
And it's something that if you're single and somebody's asking you to do that, then that's a warning.
Right.
If you're married and somebody's asking you to do that, then that definitely needs counseling or some type of conversation.
Right.
So that the
underlying
problem
roots.
doesn't continue to
You gotta figure out
grow.
what it is.
But yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there so we can get back to
Okay. But I'm gonna ask you, Kenny, because we gotta ask this thirst trap question. But Kenny, would you delete your social media?
Being in the store, I get a lot of attention. Social media,
one man.
but I
Being and stuff, I get a lot of attention.
I'm just saying, like, I'm like, do we really gotta, like, I come home every night, like, I mean, I don't entertain anything. What I'm saying is I look for entertainment. Talking about sports and stuff. That came out wrong.
Okay. I don't entertain anything, but I look for entertainment.
Like sports, like, you know how like the breaking news, like I'll get up and watch, I'll get a hit on IG about a certain trade before I even turn sports center on. So it's stuff like that. But I don't think no one should have to delete their social media for their significant other.
Okay,
Absolutely
When it's
not.
all said and done, I actually think that is a sign about the other person who's asking.
Yeah, and me
It's
personally,
not about me.
Me personally,
It's
I
about
don't have a history. I never cheated or anything or got caught up with anything. So I don't feel like, I feel like my significant other trusts me to have a social media.
For me, I'm not deleting shit.
We all agreeing.
We all agreeing. It's crazy because I didn't know, but no, I'm not deleting anything. It's entertainment. For me, it's not realistic. Social media is not realistic for me in some certain aspects of it. So no, I wouldn't delete mine. Like I guess what Kia said, it's on you. But at the end of the day, my thing is this too. Even if with insecurities, is it a respect factor that you should have? Because, like, for example, Kia said that she have posted thirst trap pictures. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's a perfect segue.
Is it a respect factor that you should have on social media then? Since nobody here wants to delete theirs, is it a respect factor that you have? And Kia, you said that you have posted thirst trap pictures. So with that being said, what do you feel about that? Because, like, at the end of the day,
Okay, so Akia is single.
I'm just saying, if you're in a relationship,
First and foremost,
I am single. But if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to send it to my nigga first and be like, is it okay?
okay, so you.
And I'll give him the chance to think that it.
Kia, I know you though.
I'll
know
listen
you.
to me. I'm not
Okay,
done.
all right.
I'm saying I will
All
give him the chance to think that he can tell me what to do. But if I feel like I want to post it, I'm going to post it. And I mean, I've had friends whose like boyfriends told them to delete their pictures, and I'm like, and it wasn't even a thirst trap. It was just a bomb picture. And I'm like, that's insecure to me.
That's something a woman would do.
And I feel like any man that I'm actually with is going to know that
You're with them.
I'm with them. I don't care what I post.
Okay.
My body is my body, but it's your body too. Like,
That's right.
So, I mean, I'm asking the ladies first because I have a rebuttal per se. So, thirst trap pictures. Like,
Where we
I feel
going?
like that comes from a respect for yourself. I feel like, because you're posting it, it's your social media. So if you feel like this is respectful or I like this picture, that's on that person.
so
They should be aware of the consequences
So
or
what I'm
whatever.
asking, okay, so Bella, I'm gonna ask you before I say this statement. So what do you thirst trap pictures?
I guess that would have to be what your definition of thirst trap pictures,
You know what a
because
thirst trap picture is.
I definitely have posted pictures. I posted pictures in my bikini,
Yeah, your bathing
or
suit.
But
I posted
those
pictures
would be
that
the
are
ones,
sexy. To me, I think pretty much anything I can put on there can be a thirst trap at the end of the day.
Okay.
Because if somebody like you and they like you, they always on there checking for you, anything you put on there.
So define it. Define thirst trap.
No, not even define thirst
it,
trap.
it can really be taken out of the wrong context. Like with certain women, they at the beach and they put like they show themselves in bikinis and stuff. I'm trying to choose my word. I'm trying to talk very. My mic fell off me, but I'm trying to talk very carefully.
No. Just keep it going. Come in.
So I'll pick up real quick. Mike, technical difficulties. We live, y'all. But no. But the reason why I asked about the thirst trap picture because, like, for example, you guys may post something in the bikini, and
y'all be mad as shit at me because y'all my brothers. But I'm saying I'm just out enjoying vacation.
But hold on, hear me out. So y'all post that in the bikini or anything like that. If a man posts him with no shirt on, showing his muscles and everything like that, how do y'all feel about that?
Is he at the beach?
Walk around with no
I'm
shirt.
just saying, he might just say just finished working out.
If I'm just out on look at these celebrities, they just be in the backyard of their house posting bikini pictures, thong pictures or whatever. I ain't doing that. Okay. I'm outside. You see water in my bikini pictures.
Okay.
I'm not.
I don't think it's I have to get.
It's not really a thirst trap,
right?
That I'll get from a bikini.
I think it's the same thing.
I don't, cause if as long I'm saying
I can take a selfie.
Thirst trap picture.
Both y'all are talking. I'm trying to hear both y'all. So
what I think is inappropriate for me, cause I ain't speaking on nobody. You do what you want to do. I'm not doing pictures on my social media or anywhere unless I'm just giving it to him. That look like it's from Playboy or so I'm not posing like that. So I mean, come on
let me
now.
come back to you real quick because I know you had some.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if a woman it can be really taken out of context with thirst trap stuff. I don't really all of it ain't thirst trap. Like if a woman like on the beach vacation, she take a picture, she happen to be in her bikini, she may be proud of her figure. Like she been in the gym all winter and all that stuff, so she just wanted to show off. But she ain't looking for none of that. But you know how us N-word people are. You know what I mean? So. That's all I was trying to get out.
Okay, cool. Bobby, what, like thirst trap pictures? I mean, like Bobby, okay, so let me ask this before I go to Bobby.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. So, what if I respond to a DM? Is that going over the top? I mean, you posting thirst trap pictures, you got your thong going with your butt out, and I respond to somebody and say, "Oh, you look good."
Okay, who's really doing that?
No, I'm just asking.
They are doing that.
They doing it.
No, trust me.
Okay, so all hard eyes. Y'all get hard eyes from a guy, and you say, "Oh, thanks" or whatever. But if I respond, is it the same thing or is that different?
If a man responds.
If a man responds to the comments.
Or if a girl say she slides in the DM and she say, okay.
Let me say this.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm only in my comments. I'm only responding to the people I know.
That you know.
Oh.
If I don't know, because my page is public.
I think what you're trying to say is
it okay for him to respond?
No. If a guy, if you're in a relationship and a guy upset and put the heart emojis on that Instagram story, right?
Yeah.
I gotta be very technical with it. And then you say, "Oh, thank you." So we flip it.
Are you saying, "Oh, thank you"? Or are you putting hard eyes on the story?
Oh, if I put the hard eyes on the story.
Okay, now we got.
Oh, you can't
other
put your
girl's
heart
story.
eyes on no other girl's story.
That's where we got to put
What are you saying?
You don't put it on
You can't do that. I'm not going at no other.
Everybody's talking at the same time. So you said I can't put no hard eyes on nobody's story. Why?
No.
Hold on. Let me hear first.
This has changed now.
Why has it changed?
You can't. I'm not placing hard eyes. People are placing it on my phone.
But you responded to it.
You responded and said, "Oh,
gave it-
thanks."
you gave it-
I ain't say all thanks. I said thank you.
But it's still the
If
same
I
thing.
knew
You
them-
entertain
So
it.
this is the thing. Like I feel like if I know the person, like literally know the person, they put hard eyes. Thank you. I don't I feel comfortable enough to say, oh, this nigga that I went to high school with, like he put a hard eye.
So
Thank
what
you.
about
He thought I was cute.
So what if I say, "Oh, just a little joint that I went to high school"?
You can't put no hard eye because you got me fucked up.
Wow. So you feel the same way?
Yes.
Hold up. You said you feel the same way. I'm gonna come to you, Bella, because
I'm
you
not trying to sound ratchet, but you can't do that.
How's it a whole different
That's
scenario?
crazy.
I'm not putting hard eyes on no man.
I'm not putting it on there. All I did was respond on the post that I posted.
Now look, if a girl put hard eyes on your story and you say thank you, cool.
That's fine.
Right.
But you can't put no hard eyes on no girl.
Hard eyes on her story.
Hard eyes.
Hold up.
It gotta be like Rihanna, like somebody famous that you will never meet.
Like that reporter you called beautiful.
Hold Okay, so I'll let y'all talk. Hold on. Real quick.
You gonna drop our business on the air like that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Listen. I'll let you guys two talk. So, Bella, you saying?
God.
Hold on. Bella, you saying that no? You can't.
No, absolutely not. It's just like they
Hold
said.
on, y'all be quiet. Y'all, please.
It's not like you're saying, like, I would not see some dude, some guy I went to school with all muscled out and I'd be like, ooh, heart eyes, ooh. I wouldn't do that. That's like out of order. That's out of order. Now, if I put my picture up and somebody says, looking good or whatever, I could say, maybe I'll say thanks. Maybe I'll just hit I like your your little thing and keep it moving, you know. But I'm gonna have a problem if I see that he on somebody
regular daggler girl.
Hold on.
Right.
Bobby, how you feel about that? You know what I'm saying?
You know, I see their point with if their man were heart eyeing another girl's
Lady.
photo. But for me, I just scroll and look and scroll and look at the next one. I don't leave no traces of evidence that I was there. You know what I mean?
and guess what?
Those traces of evidence.
Likewise.
I know a young lady that's a teacher. And so when she posts a pic, I may say, and we went to college together, we were real good friends. And I might say, I see you how you looking, Miss
She was a
Trinidad.
teacher. She Miss Trinidad.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I might say, hey, Miss Trinidad, and I give her heart eyes. So you telling me that if I'm dealing with you, I can't say that?
You know what? I'm gonna say this. In all honesty, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Only time I would have an issue with that is one, is this somebody who you used to date? Or two, if it's somebody that, you know, live next door.
Or how Miss Trinidad respond to that.
Yeah, man, yeah. If Miss Trinidad going back and forth and y'all doing...
But it's innocent flirting because of our relationship. Now, it may not turn... It's nothing that goes with it. All I'm saying is I might be like, hey, man, I see you, Miss Trinidad, because we all know the Mark episode that said, hey, Miss Trinidad.
Yes.
And, you know, and like I said, that's just what the inside joke is. So you telling me that I can't put that on social media?
I wouldn't have a problem with that. That's
you have a problem
because
with that?
that's a my security. I wouldn't have a problem with
Do you have a
that.
problem with that?
Probably.
It's crazy though, because it's social media. How many of these people on your social media got your phone number?
But I'm gonna need
You
her
know
to
what I mean?
live in
But then the thing about it
Jamaica.
is, like, but y'all want us to sit there and be like, oh, babe, we cool with what you guys do when y'all have a starting five or y'all have people sliding y'all DMs every day and we supposed to just accept it.
But we don't respond. Like, when I say, like, I don't respond to DMs, I don't.
Everybody agreed, as we said, everybody agreed to the not deleting their social media. It seems like that they will pick their social media
Over their relationship. That's what it seemed like.
That's what it seemed like.
Yep.
And it's all good. We got two of our guests going live right there. So
Yeah, sorry, we looking crazy.
Two for me.
We responding to y'all
So
comments.
if they looking like that, dude, that's fine. But,
I don't know them.
round 2 is on you, Bobby. Round 2 is on you, baby. So go ahead and pick a question, Kenny. You know,
There you go.
All right.
and pass it back to Kenny so he can read it.
Here goes everything, because Kenny can't read.
Yeah, everybody always, my family hard on me, man. So, Bobby, question is, when do you classify yourself as being in the relationship with someone? Time frame, how much quality time, etc.
Well, for me, I don't particularly put a number on it. I like to engage in
Right.
conversation with the person. It's more than just a big ass and a beautiful face and big titties and all that stuff. I do appreciate those things, but I also appreciate a woman with a damn mind. Okay. You know what I mean? So,
I'm glad you appreciate those
yeah.
things, Bobby.
Leave that alone. Okay. All right. Next question.
Bobby, I'm coming right back to you.
Oh my
So
goodness.
when you say like you say,
Okay.
I guess what I'm talking about, like time frame. I guess what are you like? So how long does it take, or is it a time frame? I know you said you
You
don't
know
put a
what?
time frame on it, but like, is it like because you know, like for example, Steve Harvey had the movie. And he had a 90 day.
Think Like a Man.
Yeah, Think Like a Man. It was a 90-day period before the woman was supposed to have sex with him. Is that how that went? or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like or something like that. But then like, do you have a period or do you say
I'm organic, and I hate using that word because I use it so much.
I like the word though.
But for me, everything is just organic. I let it develop because there's a lot of women in my past who didn't make it that far. You know what I mean? Gotcha. It was just.
I know what you're saying.
Beautiful woman, but I mean, dead conversation. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm all mental. Okay. And if a woman can't stimulate my mind, I don't care how much junk in the trunk she got or any of that stuff. It doesn't matter at the end of the day because once you get it, now it's like, okay.
I've already had it.
So yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
we talked about that in our first episode.
So so it's for you, it's no time frame that you put on it. You just let it flow and
I let it develop on its own. Yeah.
So since you are Bobby's significant other, was it a time frame or was it like, do you just let it develop organically? Like, what is your thing? Like, did you classify, like, when did you classify yourself? Like, that's the only guy I talk to, everything of that nature. Like, what was it for you?
Well, I am not like I don't have a time frame on anything. And this is an interesting question, just as it relates to the two of us, because I am a person who, I guess, from history, I have gone out, hung out, dated guys, and it seems like we are exclusive. Okay. But because it has never been said, like there's never been I dig you, you dig me, I ain't seeing nobody else, I don't want to see nobody else, how you feel about that kind of thing? I tend to say, apparently, maybe we not actually in a committed relationship. Okay. Because I've been in a situation where that hasn't been spoken, and because I'm thinking that, we together 4 or 5 days out the week, clearly we in a committed relationship, and then I catch something else happening, and they come back with, but baby, I never said we were exclusive, that kind of thing. So for me, and this was a thing with us. Although I was not dating anybody else, I did not feel as though we were in an exclusive for a whole little more than a year that we were dating. Because
so I guess when did you figure out, like, you know what? Bobby's the one, I'm going to let him know, like, or when did you classify yourself? Like, was it the time or was it just...
I never did I'm going to let him know. Like, I never did that. For me...
Make him step up. Yeah.
He drinking cause it literally got to a point that I was like, okay,
what are we doing?
I guess we're not exclusive. Right. I'm like, we've been dating for a year. And the thing has never come up with like, okay, he kept
oh my gosh! So we still go through that?
No. Yes, because he kept referring to me as his friend.
I had some unfinished business to take care of.
I mean, not old people, but I'm just saying,
I didn't know anything.
I ain't trying to be your age.
I ain't know nothing about unfinished business, anything. But for a whole year, he kept referring to me when people would ask. He would always refer to me as his friend, and I'm like, okay, well, we friends. So literally a year.
I thought that was a term that they were using.
Wasn't my term. And a year after, and a year in, I literally was like, the hell with it. So I literally put myself out. I was like, okay, I guess we
so
just.
So when did you know that he was committed to you?
After he found out that I had gone out on a date with somebody else, and he approached me about it. It was
it wasn't. You know what?
It was. Literally.
There's more to the story.
It surprised me because
talk about that offline.
I didn't know that he knew that I had gone out on a date with somebody else until he brought it up. And I was like, oh, okay. But when he did, it was a conversation that needed to be had. And my conversation was, you've never, I know we are together all of the time, but you've never literally come out and said,
Hold on.
you know.
I'm gonna come to you last because we have another couple in the building, of course.
Yeah.
We can go to kids.
No, I want to come to y'all too. Don't duck the conversation, Kenny. Don't duck
Please
it.
don't,
Damn.
Kenny.
So to answer the question, James, automatically, it was a year in that I got how he felt about me. And then I was like, okay, good. Well, I had already went out with the guy one time, and that was like 2 months prior. When
A
he
year
mentioned
later.
it. So I was like, okay, we good now.
Yeah.
So that's
So with the time frame of a year. So
Let me know.
Years later, here we are.
You saying this? Let me know.
Gotta get this one.
So, D, I'm gonna come
Thank
to
you,
you.
Kenny.
Yep.
When do you classify yourself as being in a relationship?
Play with my
someone?
sister like that.
Somebody in
I
their
definitely
feelings.
think it's a mutual agreement.
Oh, okay. So what do you mean by that?
Like you both come to the conclusion, like, okay, you cut off who you ever talk to, you cut off who you ever talk to, me and you are exclusive. And if both parties agree, then that's
so
how
it's
that
no time
happens.
frame. You just.
I don't feel like it's a time frame because people that you connect with. If you feel that every single time you're with that person, and that's what you feel, no matter if it's 2 months or 2 years.
Okay.
But at the same time, it has to be a set agreement. It has to be both parties on the same string. Because I might go out here, doing whatever I'm doing, but he might be cutting everybody off because he feels like, but it never was said. Like she said, he never said it. So it was never said. I feel like it has to be said.
Okay.
It has to be set. Like,
Okay, cool.
okay, this is what we're doing. This is what I expect from you. And we go from there.
Kenny, I'm gonna come to you because this your wife did make her.
I think like for me it's like when I feel like I'm at that point is when I wake up and I can't go. I need to hear from her. Like I'm always like she's always on my mind. So it's like man, it's something different. Like if I'm out here dating someone else and I'm not thinking about them until a whole 2 weeks or a month later. But if someone that I always the way I deal with it with myself in relationships is if you're on my mind all the time and I'm thinking about you and I want to hear from you, I want to hear that good morning text, I want to talk to you, call me when you get off, I want to get those calls. Then I feel like okay, maybe this is something right here. So
Gotcha. So when you started, you saying your time frame is when you start thinking about that person every day.
yeah, it's no time limit. It's just how I feel. Like if she really make me feel that way, then I feel like I think I need to try this out.
So Bobby, if you have
So 2 days for Kenny.
Nah, I ain't that short nigga on Love Is Blind.
I ain't that short nigga.
Okay, cool.
Hell nah.
Man, make sure y'all check out Love Is Blind too. Had a chance to watch it because sports is off. But moving to you,
Ask me the question again.
the question is, when do you classify yourself being in a relationship with someone? Time frame, how much quality time, etc.
Okay, I haven't been in a relationship in probably over 10 years. Like exclusive type.
How old are you?
Really?
Yeah.
No, how old are you? Being honest.
I'm 29.
29, so 19. You said
Maybe
10
like an exclusive type of situation.
where
Yeah.
it's just you and that person.
Like when we had that conversation. But I like in my mind, like if you spending time with me every day, like that's what it is. Like, I'm not doing nothing else if I'm going out with you every day. But I feel like being that person, you have to have that conversation. Because I can be giving you all of me and you can still be giving me half of you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I've learned to have that conversation. I've learned to be vocal. Like, I want a relationship. Like, this is where I'm at in my life. I'm about to be 30. I want a relationship. I want kids in the next 5 years. Like, that's where I want to be. And it took those type of relationships for me to learn that.
Okay, so you're more vocal. So
I'm more vocal.
So you don't
like,
really put a time on it either.
I don't put a time, but if I'm feeling you, like, honestly, like for me personally, it takes a long time for me to like somebody. Like, I would like.
Capacity.
I hate Marcus.
So like,
Sorry.
No, you fine. In that capacity, like I said, we are. See, they
We're live.
We live.
Marcus is probably like going on me right now. I can't even read it.
Hey,
He going in.
Marcus, I I need you on the show, boss.
Hold up.
DM blowing up. Yeah, everybody's like,
Even I was saying, ooh.
But like we were saying,
Color.
I mean, okay. Speaking of people of color, like
listen, we getting off track. I know we
no,
get the family.
like I would say like an exclusive like boyfriend girlfriend type of situation. Like it was like college.
Wow.
Yeah, like wow, it's real. And I mean, partially it's probably my fault because I wasn't vocal. And if I was vocal, I would have nipped shit in the bud and I would have had them be mine.
Okay.
Like exclusively.
Alright.
But I think you have to have that conversation.
So Jane.
Right.
Let me read the question. When do you classify yourself as being in a relationship with someone? Time frame,
Hey, Sinead.
how much quality time, etc. 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, 2 years.
2 days.
2 days, never 2 days. But I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna open up and I'm gonna be vulnerable in this aspect. For me, back in the day, you know, never wanted to be the one to say it because I never wanted to be the one to get my bubble burst.
Yeah.
So I never wanted to be the guy to be like, you know,
gotta go
if
for
I'm dead, if I'm digging you, I still try to play the cool role and let you say you love me first, or you know what I mean. Even in the sense of like, you know, I want you to say we're in a relationship first because I never want to say, hey, I'm digging you and I want to be with you, and then you turn around and say, well, that's not where I'm at.
Yeah.
So for me, it was always a situation where like, you know, I can be digging the chick, like totally.
Yeah.
But I'm playing it super cool until she say, so what are we?
I don't like to say that question because hold on, I don't like to say that question. Like I hate the "what are we" question. Like I honestly want you to know what we are before. Like I need you to tell me.
But see,
what's going on. I need
with men,
because
I don't want to be the
And
standard person.
this is the thing. For me at the time, it was about it's my ego. I don't want my ego hurt. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like I said, I'm being vulnerable. I don't want my ego hurt. So for me, it was one of those situations where like I wanted you to say it, so I could like, yeah, she wanted me. You know what I mean? Whether she wanted me or not, you don't never want to. Nobody, and especially to me, men don't want that bubble burst where they say, yeah, you know, I'm feeling you. Can we be together? And she say, oh, nah, we were just kicking and having a blast. That's a.
But would you use that as a blame too? Like it was you. It was you who came to me.
No.
Would you use that as a blame?
No, I'm not necessarily saying use it as a blame, but I'm just saying I would rather her say it because, like, if I'm digging you and I know that you say you digging me, then I know, like.
So it's just the feeling of feeling wanted.
Yeah, feeling wanted.
But the thing is, like y'all want to be approached in the very beginning. You want us to.
But how I get you though, Charles?
Well, that's different. But hold on. So no, but I'm saying naturally a woman want to be. Well, first of all, every woman that I've been approached me, I don't know.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is like women naturally want to be approached, right? So just as much as y'all want to be approached, I think when we do approach y'all and we do talk to y'all for a certain amount of time, we want y'all to ask us that question. Where are we now? I just think.
For me now,
fellas,
hold up.
Do I?
Speak for yourself.
No, I feel
Have I ever
you.
asked that?
Yeah.
In my experience,
No.
we talked about that.
Hey, people
But
say
hold
you
up.
out the game. They don't want to hear from you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
for me, not being out the game right now and everything like that, it was one of those situations where, like I said, being vulnerable in this moment. It was one of those situations where I was like, you know what? I'd rather her say it so that I know it's real because I know that she wants it, whether or not I want it or not. And it was like, okay, I want it to. When she says it, it's like, cool.
I have a rebuttal.
I know you're gonna have a rebuttal with this.
Okay, so why do the ladies have to ask?
Just as because it's not right or wrong. What I'm saying
I'm
is,
just saying, y'all
finish.
both said this.
Let me
I want
finish.
her to ask,
Let
what
me
are
finish.
we? Like,
Let me-
why does it have to be asked?
Let me
Why
finish.
can't, naturally, a man, I'm not about to
It's
let you
the ego.
finish.
Like I
'cause you
said,
married.
for me,
But I'm
I can't
saying,
speak for everybody else. For me, it was an ego thing. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to be wanted. Like, you know what I'm saying?
but
for me-
naturally,
But don't you realize that we won it already?
Yeah, but
I
like,
would feel
we
like
want
you
y'all to
feel
say it.
that
We want
already.
y'all to say it.
but the thing about it, affirmation.
Just like y'all want us to
Affirmation's
approach y'all,
Affirmation
if we're
is confirmation.
But
interested,
if I say
we expect
something-
y'all to let us know when y'all wanted to make it right.
But if I
But
say
then-
something to you like, I love, the time we spend together, I love that. If I say that,
Then I know. Yeah, I do know.
Yeah, but I need you to say something. I don't think
But it's
ever.
also about, you know what I mean? This at one time for me, I'm not gonna lie, I was immature, so it was a cool thing. Like, oh yeah, I hear you.
I get
Just
that.
me being cool.
I get that.
I get it, but like I'm not about to act like. Think of how I grew up. Like a man is in charge.
Exactly.
No, see, I'm woman about to be mad at me, but.
But what?
This is what I'm saying.
Somebody put you on camera.
Because y'all fight for women's rights.
I don't fight. I fight
women
for equal pay.
Women is equal as men.
Women have different roles.
I think y'all pick and choose when y'all want to be equal to men.
No.
I think y'all do.
I want equal pay for the same work.
You expect
but I
your
do
man.
not expect a man and a woman to be able to do the same thing. I think there are things that
a man should do, and a woman should do,
and things that a woman
Absolutely.
should do. But if we're doing the same job, then we should be paid the same. That's where I feel.
Before we get off topic, because that's we can dive deep into that as well.
But I'm saying like I'm not about to ask a man. So what are we like, nigga? You better make it work. If you want me, you need to tell me you want me.
Because somebody else will say it.
What's wrong with it? Niggas hate when girls be like, so what are we?
Right.
Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not about to do that. You're going to establish
the niggas that hate, I'm going to let you, the niggas that hate that shit.
Brother and sister
the niggas that hate that shit are the niggas that are not interested in you like that. When D asked me, what are we? I was happy she asked me that because I was feeling her.
Okay, well, you should have fucking manned up and asked her yourself.
Why?
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Just like men are expected to approach a woman for the first time.
All the niggas out here is agreeing with y'all, but y'all are wrong.
No, we're not.
Y'all should. No, I'm not about to ask. So what are we?
So
you need to make it so I can say
that's crazy.
You are me.
Okay,
so we gotta call it official too.
Hold up.
We gotta do the coordinate and make it official.
I don't want you to date no other
I love
girls.
this question.
I mean niggas.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
I don't want you to date no other niggas. That's what y'all should say. Look, you mine. Like, put your shit down.
Claim.
Put it down. Claim me.
So you
Have
said,
me.
hold up. Let me come to you real quick.
Well, what do y'all do?
Hold up.
Okay.
This is what because that thing that I said about how I've learned that, a man got to say, because otherwise he could be doing, I learned that in my 20s. What I say now.
I'm still in my 20s.
What I say now is.
Barely. I'm sorry.
But she's still there.
I'm
man.
I'm burning.
In a relationship between a man and woman, I feel like the man comes to the relationship and he sets the tone for what the relationship is. If he coming for game, he coming that way. Okay. If he coming because he want to be serious, he coming that way. And a woman allows you will determine whether or not that whatever you want is going to be possible.
Well, I'm just saying for me at the time, like I said, I was younger. So now me being the mature James, I can say, hey, listen, shorty, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. I'm looking for you to be my, my everything or whatever you want to call it. The young lady, I want to be exclusive. Now she says, well, I'm not looking for that. Then I'm okay now to move on. But at the time, ego driven. It was ego driven. I was a little mature. I was like, I want to say it because I'm like, she want me. It was it's just a macho thing in the man. Excuse me, hold up, Bobby. Bobby, you're a little older than me, but do you understand what I'm saying, though, Bobby?
I do understand what you're saying.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't tripping.
No,
That's your ego.
And a lot of that also comes with maturity as well.
Right. So that's what I wanted to know. But go ahead, Kenny.
No, I'm just saying, like, as a married man, 9 years will be 9 years in August.
Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you, but I don't know.
What is it? You got to make it 7 years.
Dang,
7 years.
Kenny, y'all been married for 9 years.
In August, yeah.
Dang, I remember walking down that aisle with y'all.
Yeah.
I remember you
We
crying.
was lit.
I ain't nobody crying. I was sweating.
You cried?
I was sweating.
We was lit.
Nah,
right,
but it's sad to say though. But like, if D wouldn't, I'm just being real. Like, if D would have never, when we got on that night, we got on conversation. You was like, so what are we gonna be? Like, we've been talking for a minute. What we doing? Like, if she had never said that, honestly, I don't know if we'll be here right now.
Okay,
That's so stupid.
I understand.
That's so stupid.
I understand what you're saying. Now, Kia, I do understand what you're saying. You feel like you should have to make that decision.
Options.
I got you.
So, do you think that? So, would you? Okay, now that you made that statement, though,
No, but that's because honestly, what she said,
no.
she said, if this not real, I got shit to do.
So,
like, come on.
Now, what made you say that?
Because I'll move
Hold on.
You can't get your time back, bro. Like, for real. Like, when me working as a dental assistant, these people be pouring their life to me. This woman, she divorced her husband after 50 years.
Damn.
And they divorced. Bruh, I'm not wasting 50 of my years with you. Like, I'm not. So that's where the question, what we doing? Because it's time. You can't get your time back.
Like, if I'm hanging out with you often, we're hanging out, we're doing blah, 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 blah.
So
we're having
men like
sex.
to do a lot of wifey
I'm giving you
shit when
me.
you're not really wanting a wife, you're a girlfriend.
Whole conversation.
Okay.
Don't just expect me to say we in a relationship.
Okay.
Like, do you want to be in a relationship or not? Nah, like, let's organically come into the thing. I don't think I gotta court you and I gotta put the time saying, fuck that.
Okay.
All this woman rights and shit.
We'll get into the
All right,
rights
man.
offline. But okay, cool. Moving on. All right, so now that everybody said what they had to say about the last question, which was the relationship, we're going into the last call. We're going last call. So
let's do
before
a
we
toast,
do last
y'all.
calls, we always do a toast. Everybody knows
Toast.
toast.
Family.
Amen.
Family
Hey,
over
toast.
everything.
Family over
Special
everything.
episode, impromptu.
Toast, man.
Let's go.
Everybody take a sip of whatever you're drinking.
Yeah, I'm over that teleport shawty.
This is the last call. This on you. Pick the question.
Teleport be like
Hand it to me.
$8.
Pick the question. Hand it to me.
You ain't supposed to say that.
Oh, man.
We ain't having them back.
Y'all gonna cut us off the show?
We ain't having them
I
back.
don't want to hear anything.
Robbie,
We ain't even
please edit this
promoting
off the show.
Nah, keep this shit in.
We're not promoting
Keep
this.
that shit in. Come on.
Last question is government assistance a help or a hindrance to people? Take your time and think about that.
Already
Government
know.
assistance,
know my
Can I
answer.
say
is
my
government
mom?
assistance a help or a hindrance to
I'm
people?
just gonna say help.
Hold on.
I don't have nothing to say. I don't
Okay.
have. It's a stupid question.
It's not a stupid question, but okay. We understand how you feel. That's why you won't be invited back.
Well, let me go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Bobby,
Go
I'm
ahead, D.
gonna go with Bobby. I like.
No, because D. Okay.
Go ahead.
Because Bobby was anxious to say something.
Well, no, I was going to say, for me, it's a help because you're talking about somebody who grew up on government assistance.
Okay.
You know, so my perspective is going to be different from maybe others because I saw how later on as I grew up, how my mom had to go and wait in the WIC line as well as the line at the armory for powdered milk, cheese and stuff like that. So for me, it's definitely a help. There are people who definitely need the system. And of course, with everything that's positive, there's always going to be people who abuse that.
Right.
And there's also people who can identify with it, so they would want to replace it because they may not see the need for it. But for those who are in it, it's definitely a help because there's always those diamonds in the rough who depends on that. And look at all your NBA players. Most of those guys, not all of them, but most of them grew up exactly like the story that I'm painting here. And that's why a lot of them NFL player, most athletes give back and have like summer programs where they grew up in because they knew at one point this was them.
Not right now.
Cool. I know that since you picked the question, D, let's come to you. But Bobby, I hear what you're saying about it. Go ahead.
I feel like I grew up in it too. And I feel like I was on it, you know. Like when I threw the letter and the pregnancy test to my mom when I was pregnant with Naya, she threw a letter back. And it said all the steps I needed to do as far as doctor's appointments. WIC was one of them. And I feel like it should be a stepping stone, but I also seen the bad side of it. Like I also been in nail salons where girls would be like, oh, I'm getting my eyebrows, toes, and nails because I got my child support. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, where's that child? What are you doing to support that child? So I feel like it's a stepping stone to get you where you need to be because now, I'm blessed enough to not depend on WIC. But it did save my life at a point where I could not provide formula because it's $25 a can. And I'm making $8 an hour. You get what I'm saying?
Okay,
So it's like, I feel like it's a help to get you where you need to go, but I do see the bad side of people abusing it.
Okay,
And
cool.
I feel like
do you want to talk about this kid or?
I can talk about it.
No, I'm just asking.
I think it's a stupid question.
Why do you think it's a stupid question? Being honest, like.
I think that government assistance absolutely helps people.
Why? I mean, why? I mean, I'm really asking.
Where I work with babies who are strung out on drugs. We have to take the babies away from their moms, and the government is paying for them, like their whole childhood.
And what kind of? I'm asking you because
feeding, insurance purposes, like the babies being there. Like, yes, WIC is a thing.
Gotcha. Women.
Government assistance. We have foster care for these babies that are strung out on drugs because their moms can't take care of them. Absolutely. Like, people want to say, oh, we hate the government, Donald Trump is president. No, I mean, I get it, but like when Donald Trump takes away WIC, like that's when I will have an issue with him. Because you can't control how these, like, babies are born because you have sex. Everybody loves sex. Yeah. Everybody loves sex, even the drug addicts. Mm-hmm. And they're still going to have sex while they're pregnant. Like, they're going to, they're going to have babies. Okay, cool. So, I feel like I'm always going to be for government assistance.
Okay, cool.
I think it's a stupid question. Okay.
I agree. I growing up, I guess we were considered
uppity.
Working or middle class or whatever in my household. But my extended family, that wasn't the case. And because I grew up in Anacostia, and we would definitely go to our cousins and everything. That was still the way I still grew up, even though in my household, per se, it wasn't that way. But because I'm so close to my family, I still experienced that. And then when I had my oldest son, self-employed, no health insurance. I didn't have to get welfare, but I got Medicaid. And I remember I almost died after I had my oldest son. So I had him on October 3rd of that year, and I didn't get out of the hospital until November. In 2 different hospitals because I had to be transferred. ICU in 2 different hospitals. So and I remember when that bill finally, when I saw what it was, and it was over $200,000. I'm 25, and I'm thinking, and everybody, I remember when I was pregnant, everybody was like, people have babies all the time, it ain't no big to do. And for me, it was a big to do. And so for me, it's necessary on whatever level you need it for. Use it. And I just hope that people would try to use it, as Dee said, to get yourself to a better position.
Kenny.
Well, first of all, when I read this question, it says, is government assistance a hindrance or a help to people? I feel like that's a Republican question. Because there's no way in the world that government assistance is a hindrance to people. Only privileged people believe that. And I think, like, Brenda is still having babies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Having all the babies.
I think that there's a lot of people in this world, a lot of people in this country that experience bad luck. I have family members that just experience bad luck. Yeah. So when you say people abuse the system, some people just have the worst luck, and that's why they're still on it. It's supposed to be used as a stepping stool, but the opportunities that are presented to these people in these areas within the United States are not there. So, like job opportunities. So it could be a job 40 miles across town. They can't pay the transportation to get there. You know what I mean? So to actually sustain the family that they have, they may have about 8 kids. So I feel like it's definitely an aid to people. And I don't think we should attack government assistance. I think we should attack Fortune 500 companies like Amazon Prime who haven't paid federal taxes in over how many years. But they are the most richest Fortune 500 company in the world. In the country. And they haven't paid federal taxes. So before you attack my people, I want to attack them. Okay. The 1%.
Okay, cool. So I see.
Oh yeah, I'm real passionate about this.
Yeah, nah,
yeah.
That's dope. So I guess everybody looking at me to answer the question. I think it's both. I think it's a help and I think it's a hindrance. And I know everybody probably looking at me like, wow, why you think it's a hindrance? But
No, we're not, Mitt Romney.
Donald Trump.
no, I'm not a Republican. But what I say is a hindrance, and I think it's a help. First of all, if you look at the statistics or the stats, more white people are on welfare. Or government assistance than black people.
True.
So, and brown people. That's number
Very
one.
true.
So with that being said, first and foremost, we already see who's using it more frequently. That's number one. Number two, I do think it's a help. Yes, I do think people that use it for a stepping stone or use it to get back on their feet or to help them out, to assist them, I'm cool with that. But we definitely have people that abuse the system, and I'm not with that shit. I'm just not. And y'all can call me a Republican, y'all call me Mitt Romney, y'all call me Trump. But I don't feel as though my tax dollars should go to somebody. If you already have a child, then you have a second child. You couldn't take care of the first fucking child. Now you're having a second child. Now you want me to put out more money?
Okay.
Hear me out. Hold up. Hear me out all the way.
Man.
You want me to put out more money for you, and you couldn't take care of the first child. Why should my tax dollars, my hard-earned money go to you when you've already made a decision that you couldn't take care of the first child, so now I should take care of your second child? No, I think it should be a cap. I think it should be a limit.
I think that's...
A limit on what?
I think
that's
you're wrong on
easier
that.
to
A limit on
say
babies?
Yeah, I think that's...
It's easier to
say.
Hear me out. I know people are not gonna feel it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I think that it should be a limit on how much you get, because if you already, because I've seen abuse too. I've seen abusive side of it.
have.
So what I'm saying is,
Okay.
hear me out. What I'm saying is, like I said, if you have one child, no, I'm just saying, let me get my whole point across. If you say something like this, all right, let's just say hypothetically, for this one child, you get $200 worth of food stamps, right? And you have another child. You already couldn't take care of the first child. Why should I give you a $200 extra for the first child?
Because they're going to be hungry.
Well, the thing
So
is...
what do you think?
What
do
a
you
child
think
gonna
about that
starve?
I got an answer for
child?
that. I got an answer.
Yeah, because you're making it seem like the
It's the
women
child's
having...
father.
Children.
for food.
No, it's deep. It's deeper than that. You gotta look.
No, hold on. I listen. For me,
Psychological.
What about the child?
Or what about somebody that quits their job and when they quit their job, they get more?
So should the
What
child
about-
not eat?
Exactly.
No, I'm not saying
What
the
about
child
the
should
child?
not eat.
So what should happen?
So what
No,
should
no.
happen?
What, no,
think
no.
they should go to
Let
jail?
me jump in. Let
Like-
Hold up. I'm not saying
let me jump in. Let me jump in. Let me jump in. He's not speaking from the child. I'm sorry. What you say?
Nothing.
Definitely they should.
What did you say?
I ain't saying that.
No, really. No,
She
really,
said,
what
do you
say?
think the parents should grow?
Before taking care of that second child.
Okay. So
Absolutely,
let me
they
jump
should,
on
but
that.
that's just
You
not-
gotta look at.
multiple baby showers. Like just because you had a
All right,
first
so
child, should
look
I
at
come to
this.
your second baby shower?
So it's deeper than that. You got to look at the environment that we in.
And the psychological
the
trauma that people have that put
the
them
psychological
in their
trauma that
situations
these
they in.
parents are in. Don't get it twisted. There is no Wegmans in these neighborhoods.
Right,
There's-
but correct, right? And she got child support from the parent, but she quit her job so she can get more. She can get more government assistance.
We've all seen that.
So
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying
mean-
is, and I know every bad apple don't spoil the bunch. So hear me out. But I'm just saying, like, we need to figure out. I'm just saying that I think it should be something where we figure out a way to put these people.
There's
back
no
on
way.
But
Well,
I'm just saying it should be something, because the thing
Put it
about it
this
is,
way.
if I can live on government assistance my whole life, why should I? Hold up, hear me out. Why should I live on government assistance my whole life?
But do you
Why
want
should I?
to? Do you want to live for the minimum?
A lot of people do though.
But that's
a lot of
the
people that do-
psychological thing that they got.
Exactly. A lot
That
of
they
people
don't
that
think
do.
that they can get better, that they deserve
Yeah.
better, that no
Exactly.
You gotta
better
look at
is
these
going to ever come
communities
with
and what's
them.
in these
That's
communities. They put a news story in every corner.
It's
They
not
wanna
a black
keep
and
them
white
depressed.
thing.
It's-
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, they keep
White-
designing it
I
that
work
way.
in the NICU.
God.
I'ma
Carla G.
say
Woodson.
half black babies is half
Told
white
me this.
babies.
Yeah.
Our black babies, their moms is there. I don't care
Yeah.
if they on drugs or nothing.
Right.
They picking their baby up. These white moms are getting called to CPS because they are on a bench.
Yeah, they so fucked up.
Exactly. So I'm not saying, like, I feel like government assistance is gonna help these type of babies. I don't give a fuck, like, about
But I'm not
I don't
talking
care.
about race.
I get what you're saying.
Right.
You brought race up earlier.
But what I'm saying is,
You
I'm not
brought
talking.
race up earlier.
What I'm saying is, I'm not.
But
just,
I honestly
I'm
don't
talking
care about anybody like, oh, I'm gonna have another baby. I don't like people have babies, they have sex, babies happen. Like they're not planning babies, it happens. So they have to adjust because they're pregnant.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, like jobs be discriminating against pregnant women. And the fact that they're discriminating against pregnant women, they're not about to give us the money that we deserve as being a pregnant woman. So they're getting this government assistance. Yeah. So I'm not about to hinder a child's life because of that. Like I'm always going to be in support of government assistance.
And you're not going to be able to say
I've never had it. Well, honestly, in my life, I don't know if I had it. But I've never had it to my knowing
right, but
or knowledge.
I never said, first of all, I never said I was not in support of government assistance.
Yeah, but you think there should be a cap and
a cap and whatever.
And a time limit.
A baby is innocent. They deserve government assistance. I don't care if their mom is fucked up.
Right.
I don't care.
They need to be taken care of because otherwise, how are they going to be taken care of?
Exactly. It's a baby. Mom, I don't care.
And dad not
if
doing
I could produce
it.
milk, I would donate it.
They come in regardless.
Like that's how I feel. Like if I could produce breast milk right now, I will donate it.
I get that.
Because I know the need of it.
Hold up. Like I said, I never said that government assistance shouldn't be.
But you
said
something
about like
I do, and I'm
these
not a
moms
Republican.
getting pregnant.
Okay,
I didn't say
I
that.
think that's a Republican.
It's not. It's your idea.
The reason why I say it's a Republican because I say Republican standpoint. I tease James about this. You're attacking government assistance, but. Dog, you have multi-billion-dollar billionaires in this country who don't even pay federal taxes.
And I think they should pay taxes too. I'm not
sure they should. In all fairness, a Republican.
You're going to attack that, but not that first?
Some Democrats make multi-million dollars and feel the same way. Like Kia said initially, this ain't even got nothing to do with race.
It's not race. It's not party.
Let me tell you something.
None of that.
I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I don't care about anybody that's sitting in Congress right now. When the day one, when you're in office, you don't attack the poor.
I didn't say attack.
You attack the people.
Honestly,
I told
these
you.
people aren't voting because they're having babies. I don't give a fuck about these people. I care about their babies.
They hopeless. That's why.
So I should.
I do. I care about the well-being of the child.
When your tax dollars go to this person. I'm just asking when your tax dollars, because I've seen people do.
I have no problem with it. I have no problem helping the person.
Yes,
I have no
because
problem.
there are too many people who really deserve it that I will sacrifice.
I'm not helping a million. I don't feel sorry for a millionaire or a billionaire. I don't.
No, hold up, hear me out. I don't mind helping somebody that really needs it. All I said is it should be a situation.
But there's no way for you to find that out, though.
Hold up. What I'm saying is we need to figure out something that can put them on their feet, put them in a situation.
I think it's more important to figure out how to cure this damn coronavirus than to mess with it.
Right.
Because
no, I'm not talking about messing with it now. No. But all I'm saying is it was a question that we picked up. All I'm saying is we need to find a way to put these people back on their feet so they can see something. Knowledge is everything.
Let me just say
My thing is this. If you're able to do this, if you're able to say, you know what, I quit my job so I can get more government assistance, then it's like, why would you, why strive for something different?
Let me say this. Let me be honest.
Who don't pay taxes,
let me say
even though they know that they're getting away, robbing the tax system and making people poor. Right.
But
they don't have a problem with that. No, so all I'm saying is this. That's a loophole that needs to be addressed, just like the 1% have their loophole that they take advantage of.
Everybody that don't pay taxes, I believe that you should pay taxes. Listen, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of somebody that, listen, I'm a fan of, listen, you make $1 billion, you should pay more tax. That's just what it is. I'm not trying to hear that shit over where we run the country. I'm not trying to hear that. But what I'm saying is, I just don't believe in abusing the system. That's all I said. I get it. That's why I said some of it is a hindrance. I'm not saying that people that, because like I said, I believe probably, and I'm an ag mama, but I probably grew up in government system. My mother was a single family, a single mom with 2 kids. So I definitely believe that she used government assistance to help us. But I watched my mom.
The fact that you not know that makes her a good mother.
No, but what I'm saying is, I watched my mom bust her ass. So for the people that bust their ass and the people that did their thing that they had to do, but I'm just saying, like, when you abuse the system,
the kids are innocent. Children are innocent.
Hold up.
Okay.
Babies are innocent.
I just want. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Until jobs that people who are on welfare or whatever government assistance get can pay enough for them to live wherever, have a livable wage. Because $8, $11, $12, damn, $15 an hour ain't gonna do it. You cannot live and take care of your kids on one job paying $15 an hour. And until you get to, and everybody is not gonna be able to go from the job at Amazon in the warehouse making $15 an hour to the corporate.
No,
They're not gonna be able to do that.
corporate.
Those people,
Right,
you
not
will
asking you to go to
never.
corporate.
But a lot of people will never, ever make a living wage because of their intellect, because of their ability, whatever it is. And if they keep having babies, they keep having babies.
That's that. But what like I said, I don't like for me. I don't think my tax dollars go to somebody that just keep having babies just because you.
Okay.
You
But again, that's your perspective, though.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
not
what
the reality of the situation.
I get it. I get the reality of the situation. All I'm saying is this, and I'm not saying like for me.
I can't even talk in my damn show. I can't even talk.
Like, before Kenny say something, I am a fan. Let me say this. I do believe in government assistance. I don't want anybody to think
You said that.
I don't want anybody to think that.
You just
for
mad
a
at
second.
you mad at the abusers.
Yeah.
And
We
what-
all are mad at them.
But hold on.
I said we
Hold on.
used to that.
But
said
sometimes,
that.
hold on. Before we even say we are mad at the abusers, I'm for the people that got the worst luck in the world. What about that crack mother who's trying to not be on crack no more, but always relapse? It shit sound funny. Y'all can laugh,
No, it's
but
not.
I'm talking
It's the
about
crack part.
you talk about your mother, and she may have been on government assistance, and she fought. But what about that? I'm looking at the worst situation. That one mother that relapses all the time.
Right, but it's trying.
But it's trying. But it's not her fault
I'm
that
not
she's
mad at nobody,
relapsing.
but I'm not mad at nobody's trying. Like I said, I just feel like
But you think she should stop having babies?
yeah, like you don't.
She ain't even conscious enough to be able to.
Yeah, that's
have
what I'm
babies.
saying.
But
That's
what
what I'm saying.
is, but I'm not-
That's the environment she's
My thing
in.
is, I get
Got
it.
it.
Like for example, Bobby, you said your mother was on it.
Absolutely.
Right, but she worked her ass off. I'm assuming
My mom worked
your
her
mom
ass
your
off.
mom was a
My
great mother, right?
Stepfather who
Right,
worked
there was a
3
great-
jobs.
right,
I remember
there was-
one of my
right.
tasks as a team was to wake my dad
Dad up to
so
go
he
to
can
work.
go to his 3rd job.
Right, but what I'm
So,
saying is, but those people, that's a difference. I'm talking about. But if somebody, for example, let's say your mom already quit her job to get more money for government assistance, you okay with that?
let me tell
She
you,
ain't
man.
making
No,
$12,000.
hear me.
She ain't
Is
making
that wrong?
$1,200.
Is that wrong?
No, it's not. That's
Is
the
that
loophole.
wrong?
My mom
That's
Is
the-
that wrong?
declined
Listen,
engagement.
that's the loophole
so
I
she
was
could
talking
keep
about.
her-
If
Yes.
the 1%er can
Yes,
use loophole
because-
to escape paying taxes
once
and stuff
that
like
man
that.
comes
Put it
into-
this way. Here's the reality of the
Okay.
situation. My stepdad worked 3 jobs. Still under, I'll say $27,000.
Right.
Okay, with the 3 jobs. But he's paying more taxes
Yes.
than the 1%er.
That's what I'm saying.
So I have no sympathy for that.
Is it wrong for a person on government assistance to find a loophole, and then a person that's a billionaire and find a loophole and not having to pay taxes?
No.
Who do you go for? That's what I'm speaking from.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
That's
speaking
what I'm
for-
speaking
I'm
for.
from the same position. I think that anybody that makes a lot of money should pay more taxes. As we know, when you go to the when you go to the store, when you pay for anything, the more money you pay, the more tax you pay on that dollar. I get that. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. All I'm saying is that, you know, we need to, I feel like education or educating them on something or just putting them in a better position than just saying, hey, here's government assistance, live off that and we can figure it out. Like I was saying, listen, I'm not saying that I believe in it. I know we got to wrap up after this, but, you know, I'm not saying that I don't believe government assistance is a help. I do believe in it. I do think we need it. It's a hindrance. But I do think that some of the people that are abusing it, we need to figure out how we can figure out how to make it better. Let me just say that and not say that it's a hindrance then, because I do believe, understand what everybody's saying here. So, like you said, Bobby, you believe it's a help. Belly, you believe it's a help.
Everybody
believe it's
do.
a help.
Everybody.
And I do believe it's a help, and I do believe it can be a hindrance sometimes. So, moving on. This is the last question that we always ask at the end of our show now. It's a new question that we implemented maybe 2 shows ago, but this is the last question. So, Bobby, we're just going to go around the table. Bobby, starting with you. Maybe 2 or 3, 2 people. Just give me 2 people that you would like to have a conversation with, dead or alive, or have a drink with at the bar, or entree with at the bar.
For
And
me,
tell me why.
it'll be my stepdad.
Okay.
You're talking about a man who stepped in the place of another man and raised me without fault, as far as not seeing or any prejudice towards my dad for him not being able to step up to the plate, and instilling me the desire and the will to go out there and be successful in life. So definitely my stepfather, John Singleton. And
John Singleton, like the
Uncle John. Real talk.
John Singleton, like the
Uncle
The
John.
producer.
the producer.
Uncle
Director.
John.
Hold on. Bobby.
no, it's not
No,
him.
not him. But no, not
Hold
him.
on, but we got Bobby Brown.
Right.
John
Singleton.
John Singleton.
Raise him, yeah.
John Singleton raised.
So okay, John Singleton, and who else, Bobby? Name one more.
I would say
Don't lie.
just Barack Obama, only because it's somebody who's currently alive, and I love how he look at the world as everything being a teachable moment,
Gotcha.
more so than a disaster.
Gotcha.
And I think just him being able to make everything relevant or feed people it to the way that they can receive it, so they can understand, okay, where we are, how we move forward from here, and how this may benefit you,
Gotcha.
long term. So I just like people who can reach people where they are, more so than just talk over people,
Gotcha.
just to sound intelligent.
Gotcha.
And I just feel as though that a lot of knowledge can be gained that way.
Cool. Bella, give me your two.
I had 3.
Okay,
Just
Two,
real
just do two,
quick.
so we can get it.
Three is
it was
fine.
Prince, because he said 2 or 3, and I had it.
Okay, 3.
Prince.
Why Prince?
It's funny. He said who he said. Prince. I'm just gonna say it real quick.
Okay.
And I'm saying it's Prince, Erykah Badu, and Michelle Obama.
Okay, now why
and
you say Prince?
Because just the musical genius
Yes.
that he was as
Yeah.
a musician. I would
I
really
agree.
like to sit down and just see what his process was and developing and getting music, creating
goats.
music. I would really love to do that. Erykah Badu, because I just think she is just dope and lit and
Yeah,
funny, and I
dope.
just
That's
think
one
it
of
would
my
just
favorite
be
female
yeah.
artists.
I just think it would just be fun, you know.
Gotcha.
And then Michelle Obama, because just as somebody that I just admire
Gotcha.
so much, just the grace and dignity, and to be beautiful and smart is just all of that.
Gotcha. Last, Kia.
Oh, y'all don't do one?
No, we already did it. We did it already. They already
Okay,
know
so
us.
I would say Beyonce.
Okay. And why you, if you want to go through yours first, like, Bella did.
I just do 2.
Okay.
Beyonce, Harriet Tubman.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, so
Okay,
Beyonce.
okay.
Why Beyonce?
So Beyonce, like, she did a lot for us, period. Like, women in America. Like, if you look at, I think I was watching, like, Hulu or something. They had a video with her song. Like, it's always her song for Women's History Month. And she did a lot for us, not even, like, outside of music. Beyonce's great, and I loved her since I was a little girl.
Yeah. And she sing like her too.
So, and,
Edit that out.
you don't have to edit it out, because,
Right,
you know,
right.
I can imitate B real quick.
No, real quick.
And Harriet Tubman, I would say Harriet Tubman because I just want to know, like, how long was the railroad? Like,
Here's some Taylor Board questions.
I was thinking, I was like, Harriet Tubman, like,
I thought she was gonna be deep.
dang, like, how long was it going, girl? Like,
And how deep was the underground?
dang. But
that
Hold on.
nah, like, that's a question.
Let me see if I can get her.
No, but no. Real
Get
talk.
Harriet Tubman?
So no, really, but Harriet Tubman.
No, that, and I mean, like, she did a lot for slavery in general, for black people in general in this world. And I want to know, like, you know, what made you motivated to free
The slaves.
the free black people like you. Like, I want to know how you became a slave. I want to know about your mama. I want to know about your daddy. I want to know about everything.
Okay, cool.
Sit down and talk
And
about
then
it over a drink.
I get that because
Yes.
I would like to know how strong like her
Yeah,
being able to
because-
be in that position. at
Because
that
without
time.
her, we wouldn't be free people.
And I want to tell her that the country is trying to honor her being on the $20
Right.
bill.
But like for me, I think
yeah.
my question would be to her like being a strong black female in that position where the man at that time probably was running the show. Like, how did you step up and become that strong?
Exactly.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
about
like Harriet Tubman for sure.
me
Go
see.
ahead.
So as you can say, as you can think, D had to roll out, and we understand that. She had to take care of something, but thank everybody for being on this impromptu show. You know, we just.
Oh, I think. Hey,
we call it. We live. Hold up.
oh, D, because you had to leave. What's the 2 people that you want to take a drink
I
with?
thought it was 3 people.
Okay,
That's
3
fine.
people. Go ahead.
Obama, Isaiah Thomas, the old one, and Tina Turner.
And ask why.
Okay, why, D?
Why for who?
Both,
all
all
of
of
them.
them.
Well, Obama and Isaiah, I love them niggas. I don't know about y'all. But Tina Turner, I just want to talk about her journey, and I want her to sing that song for me.
So she said, and I repeat,
Which song?
Obama and Isaiah Thomas. She just
Mary
loves
Sure.
them niggas. And then she said, Tina Turner, she want to talk about her journey.
All
So Kenny called her via satellite.
right, D. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. But,
Bye.
thank you guys for being on the show. We definitely
Bye,
appreciate
Jason.
you guys. Thank you for being on another episode of Bar Drinks and Entrees. Like I said, this was impromptu.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, man. It's a wrap. Another show in the books.
Here we
We
go.
love you guys.
Love y'all.
Man, Bar Drinks and Entrees.
Entrees.
Make sure y'all
Family edition.
Family edition,
Right.
COVID,
The COVID-19
edition,
COVID-19.
all that. Make sure y'all check this one out, man. We up to our YouTube channel. You know, we on Apple Podcasts,
Entrees.
Google Podcasts. We didn't have no entrees tonight because like it was impromptu, but I'm
Bar drinks,
James.
no entree.
I'm Kenny.
Man, thank you guys for being on the show for the family edition, COVID-19 edition.
We might gotta do it again
It's
next
impromptu. We might have to do it again next week. But thank you guys, man. And we out here, y'all.
We outta here.